Welcome to the Murfreesboro.com podcast, where we talk about all things Murfreesboro, Tennessee. Join host John I. Carey, his co-host Jonathan Harmon, and producer Trent Denson as they talk about all the great things happening in our city. From construction updates to local business spotlights to all the amazing events happening in our community. Listen in for all you need to know from Murfreesboro.com. Welcome to the show.
Hey everybody, good morning. Welcome back. Murfreesboro.com podcast 2.0. Always got to throw that in. John I. Carey here. Jonathan Harmon.
Good morning.
Co-host together with Trent, producer Trent over there, and Jeff behind the camera.
You can't see Trent right now, but his head is extra shiny. Yeah, it is lovely.
I got a freshie.
It is lovely.
Looking good over there.
Yes, sir.
That's right. I got to join the beard bald head club.
Give it up, dude. Give it up. I've been telling you.
This every week.
I'm about there. Shoot.
Yep. But more importantly, a beautiful head of hair. Yes. We have Ladawna Parham here.
Make us all look bad over here.
Well, I would look terrible bald. I would really feel pretty confident in that.
There are some ladies that can really pull it off.
Yeah, I'm not like the Sinead kind of girl. I'm not that.
Charlize Theron in Mad Max.
Yeah.
She pulled it off.
I am no Charlize. I'm not
Well,
that.
you don't want to go backwards. I mean, what are you talking about?
Yeah. Aw.
That was good.
Right? That was a good one.
It actually took me just a second. I'm like, that was great. Good job, John.
Hey, point John. All right.
Nice.
Awesome. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it. You got a real big event coming up, which we'll get to in just a second. We're going to talk about that. And actually with Trent, too. Trent's doing this, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one of my teams.
Yeah.
I got a team in.
Do you? Nice. Oh, I did.
You can play on it.
Yeah. What? This weekend. Yeah.
Calling you out.
You have a space now?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. I mean, I don't know if y'all can handle the skills that I bring to the
Putt-Putt
table.
skills. It's gonna be pretty.
Here's the problem with John. John's gonna be like, wham! It's gonna go through a wall. He's like, don't know my own strength.
I thought this was a driving contest. Awesome.
Easy does it, John.
I know, right?
Tap, tap, tap.
Slowly. Wait, what's the Happy Gilmore and Happy Gilmore?
A little tap.
Tap, 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 tap.
Get in the hole. I love that movie. But I do unfortunately have a sad announcement. I gotta put this one out there.
Oh no.
We have decided to postpone the 12 Days of Christmas a little bit. So
How can you postpone Christmas?
Well, just our 12 days. Well, we'll still do giveaways and different things like that, but the big, huge, we made the announcement a while ago, and then we were going to do this big, huge promotion for it, but it was just, there were some people had expressed concerns about, with COVID numbers rising and different things like that, and mask versus no mask and everything, and we were like, you know what, let's just hold off on it a little bit.
When it gets cold, things get weird too.
Yeah, things get weird.
It's true. Numbers.
That's
fair.
I'm really intrigued, Trent.
You have ever said.
It gets cold and things get weird.
Especially with COVID stuff.
Right? So it's not canceled. We're just postponing it for a little bit. So we may have Christmas in July or something.
There you go.
Yep.
Nice.
And then actually shout out to, I love your thermos over here.
Right, I like
Says
to
Molly.
represent.
That's right. Our friends over at Molly, they're one of our community partners. Thank you, Molly.
Thank you, Molly.
They help with a lot of different programs we do. But they are on a hiring spree right now. I did a video on it earlier. I'll link to it, so I don't have to get into too much right now. But their first and second shifts, they're hiring a whole bunch of people in anticipation of their new expansion. There you go.
Nice.
Link to video in description.
Awesome.
Okay.
Yay, Molly. And also at the food bank, not to interrupt, but if you come to the food bank for services, we also are helping folks connect to jobs, and we've got some contact forms there. So
that's wonderful.
Kind of a one-stop shop. So if you're looking for something, we're trying to help folks out there. So just put your information down.
And I think that's a beautiful segue. So
That is a beautiful
Yeah,
Ladawna Parham
really
with
nice.
Nourish Food
That
Bank.
just
Look, see, you
flowed
said
right
the name
in there.
right for you.
Yeah,
so
thank you
didn't
very
have
much.
to.
Yes.
I'm all over it, buddy. So tell us about you. Tell us about Nourish. And you just kind of gave us a little preview.
Yeah. Okay. So Ladawna Parham. Look at that. Said the name twice. Nourish Food Bank. Next year, we're celebrating our 40th anniversary.
What?
Holy moly.
Right?
Yeah, that's right.
Fancy.
Attaboy.
People in the stands over there.
Yeah, thank you,
Production
audience.
Yes, thank you. Appreciate that.
Yeah. So Nourish exists to feed families, fuel hope, and nourish our communities through compassionate service, collaborative programs, and partnerships that create a network of care. And so we're all about working with our community programs to feed families, and we do that through direct service and food distribution to families in crisis who come to our offices. We have 3 locations. We do delivery.
Wait, 3? I know about 2. Where's the 3rd?
Yeah.
We partnered with a site at Glencliff that is on the border of Nashville and Laverne to try and help folks who are on the northern end of the county.
Okay.
And so we're capturing a huge homeless, low-income and minority population that are right on that edge. So we have a lot of people who work in Laverne in those factories up there, but couldn't get to one of the other sites.
And the other sites are in
Smyrna and Murfreesboro. And a lot of those folks live in Antioch, but they work in those factories in Laverne, and so they were kind of caught in the middle and couldn't get anywhere during their work hours. And so that gives them those. And that site is open on Tuesday nights and Saturdays, so it really opened up some doors for those folks. And then we also do deliveries to some of the low-budget hotels in the area where folks who are displaced from their homes, who are having to live there for several weeks to a few months at a time. You know, you've got a family of 4, 5, 6, 7 who are living in a one-room hotel room for long periods of time, and they don't have storage or standard kitchens. They don't have anywhere to hold that food or prepare that food that traditionally goes out to our families that come and get a grocery cart full of food. I mean, what are they going to do with a frozen turkey? And so the food that they get has to be something different. And so we deliver weekly to those sites, and we work with those hotel managers, and they get food boxes of things that are easy to store and easy to prare if all they have is a microwave or a hot plate or something like that.
And that's what I like what you said earlier, how, because I to be naive on the subject, I said, well, there's Second Harvest Food Bank and there's Nourish Food Bank and this thing, what makes you different? But you just said it, how you're the feet on the ground. You're right?
Yes.
That's what, okay. Gotcha.
Yeah, and so what's really great about the fact that there are so many different organizations is we all kind of fill different needs. So Second Harvest supports the work of a lot of different organizations by providing food to them from the resources that they have, and then those organizations directly feed folks. And then organizations like mine are the ones that are out there doing that boots on the ground work. And so we all kind of work together. And then we do direct deliveries to homebound, isolated, medically vulnerable individuals. So, you've got seniors on oxygen tanks who can't get out and don't have transportation, or caseworkers will get that food to them, that kind of thing. So, but then we also have partnerships with agencies that feed people in different ways, like the Good Shepherd's Children's Home or Good Samaritans or the Domestic Violence Program, or places like that, where other food pantries where when we have excess food, we provide that to them to help them feed people and offset those resources they would otherwise have to spend on that, to help them spread their resources to their other kinds of programming. So that's a little bit about what we do.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Do you take, can anybody come and volunteer and help out, or?
Yes.
All right. There you go.
All the time.
Just throwing that out there for you, everybody.
So,
that was a big yes, by the way.
I know, right?
yes, in case you go,
Here, let me lob that
Do you have like
softball
one of
right
those echo things you do? Yes. So we, through all of those, through the 3 sites and the delivery programs, and we partner with Rutherford County Schools to do the Atlas program. So we do about 500.
That's the take-home bags for the weekends.
Yes, for the homeless students, so that they have something to eat on weekends and breaks and holidays when they can't access the free and reduced lunches, breakfasts and lunches. And so we do about 500 of those a month. Through all of the programming that we do several 100,000 meals worth of food every year. Last year, when we were running the drive-through program during the height of kind of the COVID thing, when everything was shut down, we did over 1 million meals last year. It was insane. Trent's mom came and volunteered with us. And
Shout out to my mom.
Absolutely.
She kills the
I just met her about a month ago. She's pretty incredible.
Yeah, she is really incredible.
And she loves her son.
Yes. Yeah.
Guilty.
Yeah, guilty. Yes, she does.
Folks have heard me talk about what it was like for us during that period last year, and it was very much kind of like a little mini war zone for us in the back warehouse during that period of time. And we were kind of yelling shouts down the hallway, like 5 minutes to open, man the line. And we're like throwing 50-pound meat boxes and carts. And I mean, it was just crazy. And people were lined up around the block and down the corner.
I saw some of the pictures. It's nuts.
It was just insane. But we couldn't have done any of that without our volunteers, because for all of that programming and all of that food that goes out, we have 9 staff people.
Jeez.
So you couldn't do any of that without Trent's mom.
Is that 9?
Absolutely.
Is that 9 staff members total?
No, total.
That's what I mean. Between the 3
for the whole program.
For the all of Nourish.
Wow.
Dang.
Yeah. So our volunteers are our lifeblood. And so our volunteer sign-up link is on our website, nourishfoodbanks.org. And so
we'll put that in the description.
Yes.
What if somebody wants to volunteer? What can they do? Can they work? An hour here, an hour there. Do they need to work in chunks? How does that work?
Anything that they want to do for us, there is a spot for them. And they can volunteer at pretty much any age. If they're under 18, they need to have a parent or guardian with them, but really at any age.
You have something for my 9-year-old?
Absolutely.
Have you met her?
As long as they've got, yes, as a matter of fact. But as long as they've got a parent or guardian with them, they can come. Like the kids that come really love to help pack those backpacks, because they really connect with, these are going to the schools, and it really hits home for them and opens up that perspective for them in a new way. But there legitimately is something for everybody. They can do inventory, they can unload, they can sort, they can pre-pack carts, they can run carts out to families, they can help with deliveries, whatever that is. People can come as groups with their civic organization like Rotary or Lions Club or Boy Scout troops or their companies.
Little League baseball team.
Whatever that is, absolutely. Cool. So they can come individually, as groups, as families, whatever that is. We love to have them.
Very, very cool. And so you guys have been in the place that you're at in Murfreesboro, your Murfreesboro location. You guys haven't been there a great long time, right?
No, we opened that in September of 18.
Okay. And it's a really cool space for all kinds of reasons.
The hub.
Yes. It's so cool. So can you give us just a little bit about the front part of that building and then also the back part?
Absolutely. So we call it the hub because 2 key reasons. One, it's a hub of services in that front part where we have a number of different nonprofits that have come together to co-locate services there. So we have...
That's a good word.
Yeah, co-locate.
I like that. Yeah.
Community Helpers of Rutherford County, they provide rent, prescription, and utility assistance to individuals in crisis. We have Dominion...
Wait, hold on. Say that one again. We have had that question many times on our Facebook page, people asking for assistance. Who was that again?
So Community Helpers of Rutherford County.
There you go.
CHORC. So CHORC.org.
Chort?
CHORC.
I don't like that word.
Co-locate's
community...
Co-locate, yeah.
Community Helpers of Rutherford
Thank
County.
Thank you for that.
Yeah.
You said rent, utility, and prescription?
And prescription assistance.
Okay. Because we've had tons of messages about people looking for
I didn't
rent
know about that
utilities.
organization.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So, and they're right there at that front desk, right when you walk in. But I would recommend going to their website first because they've got information about how to go ahead and sign up and get an appointment. And then we've got Dominion Financial Management. They provide budget counseling, credit management, home buyer workshops, all of that kind of thing to help people move towards sustainability. They also help with SNAP benefits and for folks who are they don't qualify for our services, so they're not in that as low income bracket as what we serve, but they're still struggling. Sorry, my mouth is dry. Claritin.
That's all right. Claritin will do that.
Right. But they're still struggling to make ends meet and purchase that food. they have a Food Works program where they sell food boxes for small amounts of money. So then we've got True You Tennessee, which works with children in the foster care system who can't get placed or who have lost their homes because they identify as GLBTQ, and folks won't bring them into their homes, or they've lost their homes because of that identification. And they are working on building a residential
I'm sorry,
facility
that one hit me.
I mean, actually, I kept my mouth shut on that.
Yeah. It's really heartbreaking, and they're amazing people, and they're working on building a residence so that those kids have a home, and people who love them. And so they have space in our facility while they are working on building that. And so we love to work with those folks. Indoor athletics is there, and
Shout out to them.
so for anybody who
We all like Joel.
so
We all know them.
For if there's anybody out there who doesn't know them, and y'all can probably speak to what they do better even than I can, because I know y'all have had them on here, but they work with primarily designated homeless students, but kids who are living in hotels in the area, and they do sports and recreation and education, mentoring. A lot of those kids, the only playground sometimes they get is the parking lot of those hotels. And so they do a lot with those kids to help lift them up and give them hope and help improve their academic abilities so that they have a chance at a brighter future.
And I just want to depart on that for just a sec. So Joel explained to me one time, he said a big thing is socialization as well, because he said, I forget how many years ago it was, whatever it was some concert at Titan Stadium, at Nissan Stadium. And he took I don't even remember now, 18 kids or something with him. It was ridiculous. I'm like, I don't.
Sounds so crazy.
It sounds awful, is what that sounds.
Sounds awful.
And he goes, our whole purpose of that, the concert is what it is, whatever. We had a good time. He said, but it was during spring break or fall break, I can't remember which. And he said, everybody's going to come back to school and talk about whatever cool thing they did over fall break, and this kid's going to be like, yeah, it was in a hotel room for a week, threw football out in the parking lot. This gives them something to talk about.
Yeah.
It gives them some way to fit in just a little bit better. I'm like,
that's cool. Very cool.
Super cool.
And they're also working on building their indoor house to provide
That's super exciting.
a consistent space for those kids to learn all sorts of things and have a computer.
and
lab
all of
different
these
things.
Are in one building.
in one
Yes.
space.
So awesome.
Like you can walk in the lobby and they're all
right
Yes.
there. Right there. It's incredible.
Yeah, so we love that, and that's part of why we call it the hub. And then the back half of our building is our warehouse and distribution center. So we bring in all of the food there that we distribute to those 3 direct service locations of ours, as well as through our delivery program, and to our partner organizations that we give food to. And so that's sort of a distribution hub.
But you guys cook back there too, right?
So
Or do some prep work?
So we don't cook, Nourish doesn't cook food. However, we have a commercial kitchen on site, and we allow our partner organizations to use that
Gotcha.
kitchen to cook. So Endure, Murfreesboro Muslim Youth, other organizations use that kitchen from time to time. And we just let them use that for their purposes to feed others.
Wonderful.
Very cool. Man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was
Let's just,
me in my
can we
feels,
have just a minute for there?
A little
So call
regroup
that
session.
in. Yeah.
All in one spot. And where is it?
So the hub is at 1809 Memorial Boulevard. So for Murfreesboroians, I usually say it's behind where Reeves Zane used to be.
There you go.
But it's in the same complex there where Haynes Street Value Hardware is, behind Little Caesars, on
Behind Clay Pit.
behind Clay Pit. Really yummy. Yeah, so we're right back in there. Come see us anytime. Come volunteer anytime. Come do a food drive anytime you want to. Yeah, we love to have any participation.
So,
Speaking of food drive, you got a big event coming up.
yeah.
We do.
This
We're
weekend.
so excited.
This is the first one, right?
Yes, this is the first ever Putt Putt Extravaganza. Woo. So excited! It's gonna be ridiculously fun.
It's gonna be so fun.
Yeah. So it's gonna be at the Discovery Center on Broad.
In the Discovery Center.
In the Discovery Center. Yeah.
You heard that correctly. Putt Putt in the Discovery Center.
Yeah. So all of the exhibits have been incorporated into the whole.
Oh,
so
man. What did you do with the fire truck? I can't wait.
Yeah.
The fire truck.
The fire truck is the fire in the hole.
Yes, as it should be.
Yes, as it should be. The big 2-story slide is in fact a hole.
I was going to ask that if you incorporated the slide into it.
Yeah.
Water feature?
You'll just have to wait and see.
Okay. Yeah, don't spill
don't
all the
give them all
beans.
away.
I know. I'm just so excited.
All of the things.
I know.
So
I'm picturing all the exhibits. I'm like, oh, what did they do there?
we're really excited, but there might be karaoke. There might be a scavenger hunt. There might be magicians. There might be all sorts of things happening.
So many surprises.
There, so many things going on. But we're really excited. It's going to be 6 to 9:30. Oakland's has Oktoberfest happening right before that. It ends right when ours starts. It's just a few blocks away, so folks can go have fun at Oakland's and then pop right over to the Discovery Center and kind of make a day of it. It's going to be 75 and sunny, so it's the most perfect day of weather of the year of 2021.
Yeah. Right.
So it's like everything is shining upon us for that to be the day that people get out.
Do you still have room for
enjoy.
teams? And
I have 2 team spots left.
Whoa.
oh, you
Yeah.
filled up
You
quick.
better get busy.
Yeah,
right.
I have 2 team spots left. And tickets for that, for the team spots and for individual tickets, are available on our Facebook page and our event page. So
We'll
if you
put the
just
links.
go to
Yep. Link provided.
Awesome, thank you.
Okay, good.
And then on there, on this and on Facebook under Putt Putt Extravaganza. So, yeah.
Who drew the angry golf ball? Is he angry or is he
he's
excited?
He's
He looks kind of angry.
He
That's
looks
Mulligan.
like somebody's just hit him, and he's like, ah!
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And he has a name.
So Mulligan.
Yeah, Mulligan.
Yeah.
His name's
Mulligan.
Mulligan.
Yeah,
Clever.
come on.
Yes.
Nice.
Don't disrespect him like
Yeah.
Don't disrespect
angry
Mulligan.
I don't read feelings very well on golf balls. I'm sorry.
So we do really enjoy Mulligan, and we're hoping that as the years go by, people will get more familiar with Mully.
Mully.
for sure.
Mully.
But we've got Bright Photo Booth is donating our photo booth, and they're going to
Nice.
have music playing
those are
and some
always
fun
fun.
stuff
Yeah.
going on. We've got
Costume
a DJ. There are going to be prizes for costumes.
Oh.
So bring
Oh.
it.
First,
Oh, okay. It's
Spirit.
on now. I have a costume
This
that
guy.
wins every time. I put it every time.
Are you sure? Because the Putt Pirates are going to be bringing
Oh,
it.
trust me.
Did you just say the Putt Pirates?
The Putt Pirates are bringing it.
I love that. Good Lord, that is awesome.
I mean, I've got the Putt Pirates, the Happy Gilmores. I mean, y'all need to step it up.
My team name sucks. I'm just the home team. It's terrible.
I mean, I'm not printing the things till later today. You can rethink your name if you want. You have till 4. You have till
John's
4.
dead. John actually just crossed over.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. Oh, they hit the right chord this
Oh,
morning.
man.
Oh, sorry.
That's how you start your week right there.
Do you need my hanky? He's
All right.
crying, y'all.
That's a
Wow. Oh, I'm sorry. Ooh, I apologize.
It's clean, I promise.
There. No, I'm just kidding. Oh, I apologize to our viewers, listeners. Outburst.
That was a winner.
Oh, that was a winner. Oh, that was great.
That got him good.
Okay. Sorry. Okay. Back to the costume contest. No. Okay, bring it down.
Deep
Here we
breath.
go. Deep breath. No, I have a costume that I actually, you're going to laugh, my dad wore when I was like 5 years old.
Oh, wow.
So
Yeah.
like, 10, 15 years ago. But,
Right,
yeah,
right.
Right. But, and passed it down. But my brothers wouldn't wear it because they were too embarrassed. And I was like, oh, hell no, I'll wear this one.
Right.
So every time I've ever put it in any type of costume contest, I win.
That's incredible.
All right. Bring it on.
There's a certain part of the costume that lights up in a certain way. And every time,
Nice.
but it's got buttons in the hands that you don't see that are hidden. And so when I press them, and then
Oh,
everybody
man.
loses it.
I
Every
like
time I
it.
light them up.
I like it.
I'll just leave it at that. But
Bring it.
That was an excellent
I like
teaser.
it.
that was, dude,
Because my brain is going about 40 directions right now.
it's very funny because, oh man, I'll leave it at that.
That's
It
incredible.
takes a minute to put on, so but anyways.
Can you play putt-putt in it?
I could, yes.
Oh, very excited. Can you go down a slide in it?
Probably not, but
I don't know
How would
that.
that
Can he
happen?
go down that slide anyway?
I don't know. Somebody from your team will need to be able to.
Spoiler.
there you go. Spoiler alert.
Dun, dun, dun.
But just one person. It's okay.
Okay.
One of the pirates.
They might have to take their sword off.
Oh,
but
okay.
it's okay.
No swords on the slide.
No
swords.
swords on the slide.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's gonna be amazing. So, and we've got tons of amazing food and amazing alcohol.
Yeah.
Oh, there
Thanks
you go.
Tito's. Thanks Uncle Nearest.
Yes.
Ooh. There's
Yeah.
a bottle of Uncle Nearest sitting right there.
Uncle Nearest is also donating
good
all of the
stuff.
supplies to do their famous Tennessee Buck.
Let's
so
go.
Yeah.
we'll have some signature cocktails.
We need to
So
we need
we're-
to we need to get her on here.
Yeah, we totally can.
Oh,
Like
she was.
the most incredible story.
Yeah.
Like the whole
She's phenomenal.
Yeah.
She's phenomenal.
Nice. I'd like to hear it. I don't know the story.
Yeah,
so.
it's good. It's a
Victoria.
really, really good story.
Yeah, it's phenomenal.
Awesome. So big fundraiser, obviously, for
Yes, we sure hope
y'all.
so.
Yeah, we sure hope so. Well,
So
if
what are
people-
the funds doing with this? Like,
Thank you.
what do you guys do with this?
So we're really hoping we started that delivery program that I talked about, which is really essential. And one of the things that we identified during all of that COVID transition as one of those gaps. You know, sometimes when something that extreme happens, it really helps you see where you aren't doing what you should be doing.
Yes.
You know, and you kind of get caught up in your day to day of grinding it out, like you're running on the path and you're doing and you're doing and you're doing and you're doing, and then when something that big explodes in your face, all of a sudden you're like, well, crap, I'm doing all of this, but I am not doing that, and there are holes. How do I fix that? Well, then when we got the Tennessee CARES Act funds that came along, it allowed us to start that delivery program to fill in those holes. And we saw how huge that need was. And we deliver to the hotels and we deliver to campgrounds where people are having to do that with their families and they're living in tents and campgrounds, and we're delivering to them as well. Well, those Tennessee CARES Act funds were temporary, but that need is not temporary.
Right.
And so, because people continue to be displaced, not just from COVID, but from regular job loss,
Just
from
life.
floods and tornadoes and hurricanes and house fires and all of those life, you know. And so we want to be able to continue those delivery programs, those medically vulnerable, underserved programs. And so our goal is to be able to continue that. And it's really hard to fund things with those undesignated dollars that events do. So food drives are, of course, food drives and volunteers are kind of the crux of our organization. They're our lifeblood. But a can of food can go in the box, but it doesn't fuel the vehicles or provide the people to get it there. It doesn't keep the lights on and the refrigerators running to store the food to get it there. And so we have to have those undesignated dollars from things like our events to keep those lights on, to do that work.
So you
And
would-
to get that food out there. So those delivery program pieces that have to happen is really what our focus is on.
So if somebody wanted to donate and they didn't know what to donate, like what food do you need, with this, with that, so a monetary donation would go a whole lot further, right?
Absolutely.
So just donate $100 versus go out and get something, because then you can allocate that dollars, right? Those dollars.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
That, and then also to our dairy needs when we need to purchase food, because that's one of the things that's so hard to get donated, because you can't put that in a box.
Sure.
You know.
Yeah, understood.
Well, and
food box.
Taylor over at Second Harvest has also explained that if I go to the grocery store and spend $100, I can get this.
Right.
If he takes that $100, or if you take that $100, you can get
Right.
this because of the relationships that you guys have cultivated.
Right.
That's awesome. So yeah, I mean, food drives are great, but the donations actually go further.
Absolutely.
Now, there's one more event coming up as well. You want to talk about that?
Absolutely. So on October 16th, Wild Goose Chase Events is putting on the Clue Party.
Yes.
Yes, I saw that.
And so super excited about that. It's a live action version of the Clue board game and movie that kind of we all grew up with. It's going to be at Oakland's Mansion. Super fun. They have people playing the characters.
For example.
Maybe someone at this table.
For example, this year I get to be Miss Scarlet.
Yeah. Gotta kill it.
And so I hope so. I hope maybe I'm gonna kill somebody.
Literally.
Again.
Trent, dun, dun, dun.
Solved it, man.
There you go.
Bummer.
Actually, which is funny. So people have been asking me, and we don't know. And
Sure you don't.
we don't. And she
It's
said,
on lockdown now.
Yeah, that's right.
and
Missy
she
runs
said,
a tight ship. So.
she does run a
She
tight
does.
ship. And she said, it's not that we don't trust you guys,
But we don't trust you.
But your characters include, we don't trust you.
We don't. Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well,
But she
that
said, you
makes it more
guys
fun
just
too.
act differently. If you know, you just act differently.
that's
you
true.
know, even if you don't tell, you
Yeah.
like.
That's what I said. Keep you guys guessing in the process. That'd be,
yes. So, but we all play characters and we're all raising money, and so we're all trying to get people to donate to our character. We're all trying to reach our goals. So those links will probably be in the thing too, and it's on my personal Facebook page and on the Clue Party page. So you can donate to Miss Scarlet or to any one of the other characters, and then those funds are being split between Nourish Food Bank and the Domestic Violence Program.
Nice.
It's different
wonderful.
every year, but this year it's the Domestic Violence Program and Nourish Food Bank. But it's a whole lot of fun.
Who are some of the other characters? I know Shelby Craig is Colonel Mustard, right?
Isn't Dean one
Dean's
of them?
in there, yeah.
Dean, I saw his picture.
Colonel
posted.
Mustard? Yeah.
Yeah.
Or wait.
No.
He's Professor
Shelby.
Plum,
Professor
right?
Green.
Yeah, Professor
Shelby's Colonel Mustard. Who else is in there?
Regina Ward is Miss Peacock.
Nice.
Oh God, now I'm drawing a blank just because
Put
she
you on the
asked.
spot.
Yeah, why
Keep
would
her
you
guessing.
do that to me? But
Sarah.
Just say, there's more.
Yeah.
Surprise.
Oh, the Sarah Callender. Is she
is
the
the maid.
She's
yeah,
the maid.
Sarah's
Yeah.
the
Oh, is she?
maid.
That's
Yeah, she's the maid. And then Veronica Page, Miss Borough Pride, is like the MC.
Yes.
Oh,
That's
So
perfect.
That's
she's
a- yeah,
right.
there
That
you
is
go.
She's gonna be
perfect.
so much fun. But yeah, people will come to the event and they'll kind of get to wander the mansion, and they'll get to interact with the characters and kind of ask us questions. We'll all be in character and have pieces of the story.
Does the butler run from room to room like in the movie?
I don't know if he'll be running, but I think he'll certainly be roaming.
Roaming.
If the butler doesn't run, it doesn't work.
Maybe he'll be rapidly roaming.
He's power walking
Just
to each
still
room.
Power walking. But yeah, so they'll get to kind of look at clues in the rooms and read that and interact with characters and have their guesses.
So
And then
cool.
at the end of the night, they'll
gonna
get
be
to
fun.
turn in their guesses, and there will be prize winners, and it's going to be a lot of fun. And there will be food and drinking because it's Murfreesboro.
Right.
So, yeah. Yeah.
That's it. There you go. Awesome. Well, thank you very much for your time for coming on.
Yeah,
we
thank
know
you for having
you're in a
me.
time crunch. We
Yes,
know that,
I
so.
appreciate it so much.
Oh,
Y'all
yeah.
fitting me in.
No, thanks for coming.
Yeah, we
Thank you for
appreciate
what you
you.
do, Ladawna. Thank you.
Yes,
Seriously.
thank you very much. Very much appreciate that.
Y'all
So,
have a wonderful day.
You as
You
well.
too, and-
You guys have a good rest of the week.
yeah, we'll see y'all next time.